Okay, so I'm here with the video to reflect on your trade and help you figure out how you can improve. And actually looking in the trade and imagining if I was trading the same setup you were. Honestly, you didn't take a bad trade. You had good reasoning. You did know, like you said, you noticed the momentum and it selling off. You saw that we broke below the level and it looked like we were gonna keep heading lower. Uh, it just didn't end up working, right? So the only thing that you could have done to make this trade a better trade was nothing. The only thing I could have say was cut you should have cut your loss earlier. Like you cut your loss up here, but I feel like because you finally got this push down, right? The push down that you were looking for, and then we immediately reclaimed back above this level, and we had these three candles right here that were all hammer candles with above like average volume or higher than average volume. Your stop loss should have been moved to right here instead, so you could have at least protected whatever gains you had, or at least got out of the trade like break even, so you wouldn't have lost as much. Because now, like you got that initial push down and like the trade validated. So if it comes back above this level, that kind of means like your trade is invalidated again. So but there was nothing else you could have done to really improve this. You had the confirmation that you needed. You, like you said, saw the momentum, and then you entered here because it came below this level, and you thought it was gonna go lower. That's it. That was a good trade. The only thing I could have said is you could have cut your loss earlier. Nothing else. Yeah, it's a good job. Now, though, moving forward, what I do think that you have to do next is you kind of need to change, because I did notice with your language, like you said you were trying to get within this area, like take a trade here. It didn't seem like you planned to trade down here. You just wanted to catch more of this move because you expected to have more momentum. I want you to avoid that because you're gonna build bad habits that way. Pretty much is like you thought you were gonna miss out the move and you wanted to catch the rest of it. And in theory, your idea was correct. Like, you knew it, the momentum was there, the seller pressure was there, and we headed lower. But you had that support at 168, and really there was too many obstacles in front of it to make it head lower, even though you were targeting 167. So you had a pretty good entry because you got back on the retest, and it just didn't work out immediately, but it did end up keep working. So that was fine. Like, there's nothing you could have done about the trade, like I said. But in the future, moving forward, like, you need to pretty much have the levels that you want to trade already be predetermined. And I don't know if this level that you had was predetermined already to trade. Like, because I don't know if you're trading based off of my plans or these are yours or it was like a combination of yours and mine. But 170 was a level that I was going to trade. And 168, that was just a potential obstacle and target that was stopping me from getting all the way down to 167 or, stopping me from going further. Or that was just like a potential profit area where I would think about taking profit if I did see action where buyers were stepping in, because I noticed buyers here being here before. So and honestly, I do also want you to pay attention that, like, this level in the context of this level itself, this level is more likely to have buyers and have this kind of action right here, and this the same reason why like it did rally, in my opinion, just because of the fact that this level was a very strong resistance yesterday. We rejected multiple times, so it's likely that this is going to become a strong support now, and it did. Like, no matter what, sellers were not able to really push it down lower because there was support here and there was support here within the 60 cent range. So it's just a matter of like understanding the context behind the level that you're planning around, seeing why it's significant, and how it's actually going to affect the trade idea that you have in the next day. or whenever you decide to take that trade. But other than that, like I said, that was a good trade, and unfortunately, like, you were right, it just didn't go all the way down to your favor. In your favor, reiterate, yeah, just cut your loss earlier, because once the trades start working, especially with options, you don't want them going against you. And in order to protect your wrist, like, just move your invalidation port. So like, you had it up here, the trade started moving in your favor, it broke low a day, so maybe you could have it right here because you want it to stay below this level. Like, but this candle probably also happened so quickly that you couldn't even recognize it until it was too late, and then you had to cut the loss. But again, you also had good management because you did cut your loss, and once the trade was invalidated, and you moved on. So you did everything right. It's just now, just keep practicing, keep trying, and just keep trying to do better analysis and have more developed plans. And the next step that I want to see you do is to do analysis on your own and come up with your own setup and trade it tomorrow, do a reflection, and then we'll go over it and see what you could have done to improve, if you did, if it was a good trade, all of that kind of stuff. And yeah, so far, I mean, keep it up.